Um, in my earlier days of high school, I remember being excluded a lot. And what was like the worst part is like the worst part about it probably was the fact that people would just schedule events, hangouts, and whatnot right in front of you, but made it as clear as day that you weren't invited. And I did the dumbest thing I could do. I used to always ask if I could come with, or if I could join in, and they always told me the same thing, which was, "Oh, sorry, but it's kind of a private thing," which it wasn't, because these people just knew each other for like 2 months. As much as me, they knew each other as much as me, but I guess it looked weird to them. And it also came to me that at some point, I realized that they considered me as an idiot, as someone who's stupid. And they did it so much, like they expressed their opinion of me so much that even some teachers began to, treat me as so. Uh, the teachers used to put me in the front row, and with the excuses being something along the lines of, yeah, you gotta focus because you don't really focus all that well, and you kind of have your own needs. Or when my classmates made fun of me, they would join in, and it was sad. It was sad because when it's coming from classmates, you can tolerate it. Like, it can be harmless joking around, which we all did. But when it comes from a teacher, you kind of start to really realize that it's going further than the joke. It has stopped now because they they grew up. Everyone grew up. A few teachers still treat me like I'm stupid. Like it's the basic concept that they think I'm stupid. I'm not. I'm not stupid. I'm not a genius, but I'm not stupid. Okay. I just wasn't a great student. I was a average, like, passing grade student. I passed my classes. I didn't ace them, but I surely passed them. But to them, in a class where everyone scored high, I looked like the odd one out. And I can see it reflecting upon a lot of people. I regret a lot of things that I did because I saw a lot of times people suffering in the same place I was, but I was too scared to act just because I was afraid of becoming, associated with these people and going back to the depths. But I would like to say that it's not that deep. It's not that deep. In the end, from your perspective, it's as deep as it gets. But in the eyes of others and in a general view, it's not. It's normal, harmless fun. But when you only realize this when you get out of it, but when you're like in the middle of it, you generally can't. You can't stop thinking about how much it hurts, how much it's harmful, and you don't have to snap. There's no point in snapping. These people aren't worth your time. They're not. I suggest that you ignore these people. They are not meant for you. I hope that if you have any other friends, keep them. If you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatnot, keep them. It's those people, okay? Because when someone wants to hang out with you just because it's you, that's when you know someone actually likes you, okay? I, I learned it the hard way. I thought that getting excluded was a way of being tested, of being, you know, being put like in a trial where I would have to prove myself, to prove I'm dedicated to hanging out with them, and eventually I'd get, the opportunity to hang out with them. Like they were celebrities. Mind you, this wasn't a perfectly like reasonable thought in the mind of a 14-year-old. It was perfectly normal to think, perfectly like it made total sense to me. It made total sense to me. And when I look at it now, I realize it literally was the stupidest thing I could have ever thought. A lot of these people who used to be like this grew up and changed or left or whatnot. And now I look at them and I see that their consequences of their actions have returned back to them in some way. Maybe they view some things they view it as positive, and I think it's because we have different mentalities, and I see those things as punishments while they see it as advantages. What this classmate of mine used to have a very nice boyfriend. She was pretty normal person. Then she started hanging out with the no, oh, no, not popular kids. This is not a high school musical, with douchebags, essentially, with douchebags. And she left her boyfriend, and she began making fun of people just because she wanted to receive attention. And now she quit her sport. She was like third in the whole nation. She quit the sport. She smokes. She drinks heavily. She hooks up with random guys, and I see this as consequences. I see this as, and now I look at myself. Okay, I look at myself of the person who was excluded, who was casted away, and I'd say right now I'm doing pretty fine. I'm doing pretty decent in school. I have a girlfriend, and I hope that all of you can relate to the experience. That feeling of embarrassment. That it's not like embarrassing, like, oh, I'm so shy. No, no, it's like that feeling that you're being made fun of, but you can't quite place your finger on what to do about it. And it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot of people because a lot of people are shy, or they think they don't look that good. But I already spoke to you about trying to be alone, and I suggest you try to do everything to fit into a crowd of people that belittle you, because I always also noticed that when I laughed with them, I thought I was laughing with them, but they were laughing at me, not with me. And when I realized it killed me, because I thought they were my friends, but they never were. And I realized my friends were somewhere else and they weren't there. And I hope all of you had a wonderful week. Sorry I didn't post much, but school has been getting busy. I want to keep my grades up. I want to stay on a decent path, and I hope all of you will get out of whatever situation you're in. I hope you one day you'll be brave enough to say screw those guys and live a life on your own. And I will try to make more videos in the future. I'll probably open up a gaming channel too with a friend of mine, and we'll see. Peace.